Brewing Company, Pumpkin Ale. Brewed and bottled in Latrobe, Pennsylvania by Pittsburgh Brewing Company. 7% alcohol. Let's give it a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of year again where the basic white bitches come out of hibernation and the pumpkin and pumpkin spice becomes a mandatory feature in almost everything, from your cupcakes to your muffins to your coffees to even your cheese. It's everywhere this time of year, and this is where my happy dance comes out, and I do a happy dance because I like my pumpkin. And if you think I'm being sexist by saying the basic white bitch, it's okay, because I am a basic white bitch and I love my pumpkin, and that's okay, and I'm happy with myself. And I'm always going to be happy with myself because I like my pumpkin. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I'm very picky and choosy about my pumpkin beers and my pumpkin spice beers. This is the beer. This one is my hands down top 2 favorite pumpkin beers. This one I think has a little bit more of an edge on it because it is still an ale rather than the other one, which I might get to this season, is more along the lines of a shandy. However, this one is, as soon as you open it up, it smells like a pumpkin pie. It's not super dark. It is a little bit heavier on the 7% alcohol, but it's just an amazing tasting beer. Slightly carbonated. It's got a little bit of the spice, but it's got a great pumpkin flavor. And not only that, it's a sweet pumpkin flavor. It's that sweet pumpkin pie flavor. You typically get the pumpkin spice flavor when you drink these beers, but for some reason, when you get that pumpkin pie effect, it just does it for me. And I hope it does it for you, because I'm recommending this beer to everybody, and this is a really amazing beer. Blockhouse beers tend to do this thing where I've tried a few of their beers. There's a grapefruit beer that they've came out with over the summer, which is absolutely a sweet grapefruit. But there's also a beer that I haven't reviewed yet on this channel it's a chocolate stout beer, and it's very, when you think chocolate, you're typically getting a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of aroma. No, this chocolate one feels like they melted an entire Hershey bar and put it in the beer somehow, just infused it. And it's very, very delicious. I'm not saying that in a negative way. This one has similar qualities and kind of characteristics. It feels like somehow they took the pumpkin pie from your grandma's house, liquefied it, and put it into an ale. The ale itself it's slightly on the bitter side, very, very slightly, little to no bite, but it's just a very great tasting pumpkin pie flavor in a beer. It's almost candy-like, almost. It's so hard to explain it, but it's so delicious. This one, when people come up to me and they say, "Hey, have you tried this pumpkin beer? Have you tried this pumpkin beer?" I kind of nonchalantly push them to the side because they haven't mentioned Blockhouse yet. This is my paramount beer. Again, it's hand-in-hand fighting with the other one, which hopefully I get to later. But this one has a really good chance at winning. If you haven't tried Blockhouse yet, I really suggest you go out and try some of their beers. They are absolutely different and delicious at the same time. Slightly heavy, again, 7% alcohol. You might get a little weighed back, but also the way that they brew their beers, there is a thickness to it. It's almost, I don't want to use the word syrupy, but it kind of gives me that effect. Even this beer, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but it feels like it would limit how many of these you can drink. My drinkability, I could drink a 6-pack. However, I typically keep these to 2 to 3. Even as good as they are, it's just something with the texture and something with almost how heavy they can be. And they are sweet. They're sweet beers, so that also limits it too. But the beer is so delicious that you'll keep coming back to it. Maybe not immediately, maybe not right after the one you just drank, but eventually you're going to want to come back to this beer. Clearly meant for the fall, autumn month drinking. It's a pumpkin beer. It's a pumpkin pie beer. On a scale of 1 to 10, though, this is a 10. I love this beer with all my heart. I suggest if you like your pumpkin beers, now be forewarned, it's not going to be your Oktoberfest. It's not going to be your Blue Moon Pumpkin Harvest Wheat. This is an absolutely pumpkin pie flavored beer, and I love it. I can't get enough of this. But if you don't like pumpkin pie or those super sweet pumpkin beers, you might want to steer clear of this. However, I would say go out and give it a shot yourself. So again, that's Blockhouse Brewing, Pumpkin Ale, 7% alcohol. Thank you.